Thanks for joining me for this week's edition of Red Devil Roundup. Of course, we are talking spring sports and specifically softball. Now, I've got a softball player. I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Amber Strong.
Amber, what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
How long have you been playing softball?
I started when I was 5, and then when we moved here, I started playing again. So.
When did you move here?
We moved here in 2003.
2003. Now, I know softball runs deep in your family. If you can kind of talk a little bit about that.
My dad's been coaching for a really long time,
Sure.
and I also have an older sister that played, so it's pretty intense.
Pretty intense
Yeah.
in the Strong household. What position do you play?
I'm the varsity pitcher.
You're the varsity pitcher. Now, softball, unlike baseball, it's a little different. Kind of talk about, as far as being able to pitch, what the restrictions are for softball versus baseball.
There really aren't many restrictions, but it is a big length difference, like how far you are from the first base or in home. So.
Sure. Is it? Do you think there's maybe not as many restrictions because it's a little easier on your arm as far as going? Is that?
Yes. Underhand is actually a supported motion, so it's not as hard on your arm.
So if you have probably 3 or 4 pitchers in baseball is what you want at the high school level. Obviously, on up you want more than that. But for softball, if you have one good ace, you're in pretty good.
Yeah, it's good to have backup because, if someone gets hurt, you have to have backup. And
Sure.
Pitchers, it is hard because you do face a lot more injuries. You're closer, so you could get hit. Last year I had an injury with my rotator cuff from overuse, so.
Sure, so it is good to have backup.
Yes.
Sure. Talk a little bit about softball. A lot of people, I don't think, understand how hard it is. They see the big ball and they think, oh,
Yeah.
I could hit that. I have a long bat, a big ball. Kind of talk about how hard it really is, because you're pretty close from
Yes.
the pitcher's mound to the batter's box.
It is hard. It's you have to watch the ball or you won't be successful. It's also a really big mental game, so you have to be able to be in the right mindset and yes, I'm going to hit the ball. You can't just go up there and swing and expect to hit it. So.
Sure. Well, and in softball too, I know, baseball, of course, you have curveballs, you have sinkers. Softball, you have this thing called a riser. Talk a little bit about what a riser is.
Rise balls are very hard to hit. They're very effective if you have one. They're very hard to throw. You have to be able to throw them fast enough to get them to rise because most pitchers throw them from point A to point B. So it's a very tricky pitch because it comes on the inside and goes up. So.
This season, kind of talk about, what has happened so far. Obviously, still pretty early. How's it gone so far?
We've been good. We're very young, so we have a lot of mental things we have to take care of. Our defense is pretty strong. We have hitters this year. We have speed. So, we just have to limit our mental mistakes because that's what's really beating us. We're beating ourselves.
When you said young, how young is young? I know you were telling me, we were talking earlier. We've got, I think, how old's your little sister?
My little sister is 12. She's in 6th grade, and she is next in line to pitch.
So, we're talking
we're
really
young. We have some 5th graders. So we moved up Emma Kingsley, who's an awesome 6th grader, and she's our actual pinch runner. So she runs for me a lot.
Cool. As far as softball is concerned, this area, like baseball, we were talking earlier, it's very competitive. I know
Yes.
Catholic is a dynasty, and Apollo's good, Davis County's good. Kind of talk about how hard it is to compete, in this district.
It is. We're very young and we don't have a good reputation, but Coach Strong and all of our coaches and we're working to change that. Last year we did really well in district against Apollo, and we came up a little short. But we're coming back to fight, so.
Absolutely. You called him Coach Strong. I know it's your dad. Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, he has many names, so on the field, he's coach to me. I have to kind of separate the dad and the coach.
Sure, absolutely. As far as what your strengths are this season, what do you see it being? I know you said you have a fast team, kind of like the baseball team.
We're getting speed. Our offense, our hitting is unbelievable this year. We have Sam Glover, who has so much power. Erica Curtis from the left side, she's awesome. She puts the ball in play. Lexi Tutt is so fast.
Sure.
So, yeah, we have a lot, and we have people that can lay down bunts. Me, Lexi, Maddie Brown. We have an unbelievable batting lineup.
So what do you need to work on?
We need to work on, as a team, limiting our mental errors. We tied for, having so many runs in the district, and what we did was leaked runs, so we need to work on, making the basic plays, like Coach Flaherty says, making routine outs and not beating ourselves.
So in layman's terms, defense you need to work on.
Yes, so
fielding.
much.
And how do you get better? I mean, what in practice, what are you guys doing?
We're doing a lot more running so we can be more disciplined. We're doing a lot of, just basic fielding, like we'll get in our positions and Coach Webb will just hit balls, and when we're indoors it's really hard because it's so cold, but we'll push back all the batting cages and we'll just field with soft hands. We do ball every day drills where we're on our knees and we're just fielding and bare hand, and we're working on keeping our head down, not letting the ball play us.
Sure. Now you're going to Florida too,
Yes.
as well as the softball and baseball team go to Fort Walton. What kind of teams do you guys see down there?
Well, last year we went to Myrtle Beach and we saw some good teams. We went 2 for 2, I think. So, we see a lot of competition. We're expecting harder competition in Florida, so we're going to really bring it.
Sure. As far as expectations for the season, I mean, kind of, what's the goal this year?
Our goal is to not leak as many runs and to, have a winning streak. Last year, we just came up a little short. We actually won more games than ever before in softball history, so,
So, I mean, like I said, the team is on the rise. They might not
Yes.
quite be there yet, but, I mean,
we're working really
long
hard.
way.
We want to win.
Sure. Anything else that you'd want to add? I mean, I'm sure, obviously, Shavely Park's nice because you have baseball on one side
Yeah.
and softball on the other, and, what message would you want to give people?
Just come out and support us. We really need your help. It's always nice when people come and support us because, we know that you guys care and we're really trying to change things, so it's
Sure.
good.
Well, of course, you can catch the Lady Red Devils in action on the softball diamond anytime, of course, this season. Games will really ramp up right after spring break. So for the Owensboro Public School System, I'm Dave Kirk. Thanks for watching.